Okay, good morning. Welcome to Yeshiva YouTube Daily Double. Today we're doing Masechah Shabbos Perek Gimel. We're finishing Perek Gimel. Mishnah Zvav and Zayin. Mishnah Vav says, "Svi shenichnas labayis v'nal echad b'fanov." A deer goes into your house. You clear out the house, and you close the door. You don't want to live with a wild deer in your house. You close the door. You're chayav because you've trapped the deer. Nalu shnayim p'turin. However, if two people lock the door, now it's not so hard to lock the door, right? You turn, the doorknob and maybe twist the lock, So if two people had to do it, right? That's shnayim sha'asu. Two people are doing what one person can do, so that therefore your potter we learned earlier. However, it was some doors you have to lock with they're very heavy metal doors, and you have to put a bar on the door. So and that bar is only can be lifted by two people. So therefore, it's not shnayim sha'asu. You needed both of them, so you're both chayiv. Rabbi Shimon Poder, Shimon says, nonetheless, even in that case, anytime two people do a malacha together, even though you need both people, it's still called Shnayim Shasu, which the Gemara says a pasuk, right? The Gemara in Daf Sadi Gimel and Shabbos says a pasuk that your potter. Rabbi Shimon extends that even where both people, Zayin and Yaakov, both of them can't do it by themselves. He says, nonetheless, your potter is called Shnayim Shasu. So we don't pass on Rabbi Shimon, we pass on the Rabbanan. Zayin, Yashav Echad ala Pesach, V'lo Milo, right? The deer charges into your house, and you don't have a door. You can't close your door, so you want to keep it in your house, not that it should go out and run amok in your field or in your property. So you sit near the door, so it'll be scared to come near you. But you didn't fill it up. You're only one person. Your door is a large door because you have a huge mansion. Yashav Hasheni below, and then a second person sits, and together you two block the door. Hasheni chayev. The first person didn't do anything, right? Because the deer could still escape. The second one did everything, so he's chayav. Yashav Rishon al Pesach below. Let's say it was a small door. One person filled up the door. Another person sits right behind him, right? Even though the first person gets up afterwards. Harishon chayav. The Rishon filled up the doorway, so he trapped the tzvi. The Hasheni pater, even though the first one gets up, and now the second one is in his place, right? He's sitting where he is. He's able to block the door also. When he sat down, he was the second defense, but he was unnecessary when he sat down because the Melecha Shabbos is always on the Maisa when you do the action, right? If you put a trap before Shabbos, learned in the first paragraph, the second paragraph of Shabbos, that if you put a trap on before Shabbos, or turn your air conditioner on before Shabbos, you're not chayav because you did the Maisa before Shabbos. Who cares it's running on Shabbos? Halamaz Adome. This is comparable to a case someone locks the door to his house, and it ends up that there's a tzvi, there's a deer inside. Now, the simple explanation of this Mishnah, the way I always understood this, and I think most Rishonim understand this, is that he didn't know there was a deer inside, right? The deer ran into his house. He was in the shower, and then he goes and he leaves his house. He goes to shul. He closes his house on Shabbos. And then, he found out there's a deer running around. So he trapped this tzvi, but he didn't know about it. So he's potter. And the Gemara says not only he's potter and mutter. Now, the simple explanation of this Mishnah is that it's called misasek. Misasek means he lacked knowledge, right? If I am not thinking and I turn on a light, that's misasek. I'm not chayav on Shabbos. I'm not even asur d'rabbanan. You didn't do anything wrong. You just weren't thinking. Right? I know it's Shabbos. I know turning on a light is potentially asur. I don't know. Turning on a light really should be asur on Shabbos. I personally don't think it should be asur on Shabbos. I don't think it's called havara or bonech. I think it says bonech. Come on, havara. I mean, come on. Electricity is not the same thing as real fire. Why should we assume that kindling a fire is the same thing as turning on a light? Why do we have to assume it's like chas v'shalom turn on a light on Shabbos? It should be its mutter. Electricity is mutter on Shabbos unless you're actually turning on a fire, unless you're actually kindling a fire. Meaning you're going to your backyard and roasting marshmallows. So the Mishnah says, you're misasek, your potter. Now, the question is, what does one thing have to do with the other, right? Misasek, how is that relevant to the first case? The case is comparing it to, when one person sat down, blocked the door, and the second person sat behind them, also blocking the door, and the person got up. The second person knew what he was doing. He knew what he was sitting down. He knew there's a deer inside. He just didn't do anything because it's like Shnayim Shasu, or here the first person did the entire malacha. You didn't do anything at the time of the Maisa. Then the first guy got up and you're trapping the deer, but you didn't do anything. At the time of your Maisa, you didn't do anything. So there's not a lack of knowledge. It's not like right? How are these two cases comparable? If you want to hear my shot, I just came up with this now, and I think it makes a lot of sense how they're related. Stay tuned. Ian Mitzion coming up next.